For every loved Ragebaiter, there's a hated one who pushes things way too far. And no one proves that better than Master Oogway, the man whose obsession with shock humor cost him everything. Back in early 2024, Oogway's name was everywhere. His videos were chaotic, unfiltered, and funny because they shouldn't be. But when he crossed the line from edgy to offensive, the laughs stopped cold. I'm going to be saying the N-word for the first time in my life. 3, 2, 1, neighbors. At first, people assumed it was bait. Then, weeks later, he doubled down, posting a real version and daring YouTube to react. They did. Within days, his channel was demonetized and viewers flooded his comments. He's in his 20s acting like a toddler. Bro's not edgy, he's just exhausting. Oogway responded with a full-blown rant about being silenced. And a few months later, made things even worse, releasing a song glorifying Adolf Hitler. That was it. YouTube terminated his channel on June 20th, 2024. But even after losing everything, Oogway refused to take responsibility. He went live on backup accounts claiming he was a victim of censorship and that dark humor shouldn't be punished. His followers, what few remained, tried defending him, saying he was just trolling. But the reality was clear, this wasn't satire anymore, it was self-destruction. Every clip, every rant, every fake apology only dug the hole deeper. What could have been a simple lesson in boundaries became a masterclass in how to annihilate your own career. All in the name of clout. I guess the haters spam reported me, he said in his final post. But no one felt sorry. His career ended exactly how it had started, chasing attention at any cost. Yet where Oogway's trolling collapsed into chaos, Packgod turned Ragebait into an art form. He rose to fame in Gideon's 2022 Discord talent show after obliterating streamer Nico with the fastest roast the internet had ever seen. Sneeko, shut up. You've got a Plants vs. Zombies Snap Pea Haircut Boy. That single clip built an empire. By 2023, Packgod was jumping into random calls, roasting streamers, e-girls, and even OnlyFans creators with lightning-fast wordplay that fans couldn't get enough of. What made him different wasn't just the insults, it was the creativity. Every roast felt like a freestyle battle mixed with stand-up comedy, delivered with perfect rhythm and timing. His punchlines weren't cruel, they were clever, dismantling his targets while making the audience laugh uncontrollably. Soon, compilations of his best packs flooded TikTok and YouTube shorts, racking up millions of views. Fans started calling him the roast king of the internet, and even creators he roasted admitted it was an honor to get flamed by him. The amount of brain cells this man sacrifices for our entertainment is insane, one fan wrote. But Packgod wasn't just roasting people, he was restoring balance. When Ragebaiters tried to play the villain, he made them punchlines. And no one felt that more brutally than Bella the Wolf. In August 2024, Bella uploaded "I Got Rid of Jesus." It wasn't parody, it was pure shock content. People were disgusted. Then she mocked veterans, disrespected Technoblade's passing, and even leaked a child's phone number online, sparking nationwide outrage.
Put Mal's number on a Discord server.
That's when YouTuber Steak stepped in, holding a mock public trial against her live on stream. The spectacle drew tens of thousands of viewers, all eager to see Bella face the backlash she'd been dodging for months. Chat was ruthless, spamming justice and sentence her to the pack. The final blow came 3 weeks later when Packgod himself delivered a roast so ruthless it went viral for days. His performance felt less like an insult session and more like poetic punishment, each bar dismantling her reputation piece by piece. Clips of the roast flooded TikTok, and within hours, Bella went from infamous to completely humiliated, cementing her spot as one of YouTube's most hated creators. You dirty, disgusting, religion-hating, race-baiting, gotcha-editing, disrespect-creating waste of Wi-Fi. And then, in a moment that felt straight out of a movie, Bella tried to call her mom midstream to prove she had support. Her mom didn't even say, "I love you," chat exploded with laughter. Her apology video, clearly written by AI, only made things worse. By the end of the month, Bella's name was internet poison. "She's not sorry," one comment said. "She's just trying to fix the algorithm." If Bella showed how trolling can implode, that vegan teacher showed how it can mutate. Back in 2021, Katie Karen Diekmeyer was YouTube's most infamous activist, shaming meat eaters, duetting kids, and writing bizarre songs like "Eating animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay." At first, people saw her as eccentric, but over time, her content took a darker turn, turning vegan advocacy into full-blown moral superiority. She started targeting children, celebrities, and even marginalized groups under the guise of spreading awareness. The internet quickly realized it wasn't activism anymore, it was obsession. What began as a message about compassion had evolved into something cruel, manipulative, and deeply unsettling. A reminder that outrage farming can turn anyone into the very thing they claim to fight against. "Eating animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay." Even Gordon roasted her back, calling her a vegan donut. But things turned darker when she uploaded "Are You Racist?", a video with disturbing implications that left even her own community speechless. Her following collapsed. Former fans turned on her. Still, she kept pushing boundaries, comparing babies to sexual objects in one of her most disturbing videos ever. By then, even other vegans wanted nothing to do with her. She had gone from activist to outcast. And yet, not every rage baiter fell to hatred. Some turned chaos into comedy gold. Like Tony Chu, the man who made corporate ads funnier than half of YouTube. While most creators use controversy to provoke anger, Tony mastered the art of trolling through charm. His skits for LC sign blurred the line between advertisement and parody, selling LED signs while roasting himself, Western consumers, and even his own company. What made him stand out wasn't just the humor, but the authenticity. He wasn't pretending to be edgy. He was just being hilariously human. Viewers didn't skip his ads, they searched for them. In a landscape built on outrage, Tony proved that wit could beat rage every single time. In 2022, Tony joined the LED company LC Sign and started filming wild deadpan skits to sell neon signs. "Sir, don't worry, we got you, sir." Have you ever seen such a convenient LED sign? He mocked at cliches, roasted customers, and even impersonated politicians. Fans called him the only man who made capitalism funny. His videos became so popular that by 2025, US television featured him as the Chinese marketer showing the internet how it's done. Tony proved that you could bait audiences, but still make them laugh instead of cringe. That's something Johnny Somali never learned. On October 7th, 2024, while streaming in South Korea, Johnny filmed himself dancing on a statue of peace, a memorial honoring victims of wartime slavery. The internet erupted. Clips of his stunts spread across platforms within hours, uniting viewers from all corners of the world in outrage. Locals called for his arrest, fellow streamers condemned him, and even his own fans abandoned ship. Yet, instead of apologizing, Johnny doubled down, mocking Korean culture and harassing strangers on stream. What began as a desperate attempt for attention spiraled into an international scandal, ending with his arrest and a potential 12-year prison sentence. It was the ultimate proof that clout chasing can cross into catastrophe. You won't leave Korea alive. This man has zero respect. Instead of apologizing, Johnny doubled down, harassing workers and laughing through locals' outrage. 10 days later, police arrested him live on stream. He apologized from jail, but no one bought it. "You don't get to disrespect an entire country and then play victim," one fan said. He now faces up to 12 years in prison, making him one of the most universally despised streamers of all time. And then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's Nico Milana, proof that ragebait doesn't have to be cruel to go viral. Whether pranking the KKK or running for mayor of London, Nico's chaos always had purpose. In 2022, he famously tricked America's most racist man into shouting "Shout out BLM" on camera. "BLM?" the man asked. "Yeah, shout out to them." It was bold, hilarious, and risky, but also powerful. 2 years earlier, Nico even ran for mayor as a joke and placed 5th, beating several real politicians. Seeing someone in their 20s shake up politics like this is incredible, a viewer wrote. His stunts proved that humor can challenge hate instead of feeding it. And that's the thing about ragebait. It's not always the content, but why it's made. Packgod used it to expose egos. Tony used it to make people laugh. But for creators like Oogway, Bella, and Johnny, ragebait wasn't satire, it was desperation. They weren't trying to entertain or challenge ideas, they were trying to stay relevant at any cost. And when shock becomes your only strategy, the audience eventually stops laughing. Because the truth is, ragebait isn't the problem. It's what you do with it that defines whether you end up respected or erased. Nico used it to make people think. But Oogway, Bella, Johnny, and Katie, they used it to provoke, and the internet remembered. Because when your entire brand is built on shock instead of substance, it always catches up to you. The views fade, the outrage cools, but the reputation sticks. For every clever troll who turns chaos into commentary, there are 10 who confuse cruelty for creativity. And that's the difference between staying viral and being forgotten. Because there's a fine line between being controversial and being contemptible. You can't control the outrage, but you can control the message behind it. The best creators use controversy to challenge, to entertain, or to make people think. The worst use it as a shield for cruelty. That's what separates satire from spite, comedy from chaos. In the end, audiences can always tell the difference. The internet forgets trends, but it never forgets intent. And when the dust settles, it's not who shouted the loudest that's remembered, but who actually had something to say. In the end, ragebait isn't about who yells the loudest. It's about what survives after the noise fades. And while some creators ended up banned, broken, or forgotten, others turned chaos into legacy. Because on YouTube, there's only one rule that never changes. You can bait for clicks, but you can't fake respect.